Good morning, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy and today I'm going to be giving you a financial prediction reading for 2023. I thought it was important that we come on and do a financial reading because it's an area that we're all sort of being affected by greatly moving forward, and it's a huge part of the, as we know here, the global agenda that they're rolling out. I am here with my doggo. Sprocket's showing off with his big bone, and I've got Sophie here as well. They're my two rescue dogs if you're new to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. Hit those like buttons as well, and please feel free to comment down below. YouTube often does take my comments away, but then they always usually return them down the track, so who knows when I will get back to you, so apologies for that guys, but YouTube does muck around with my comments. Hopefully it's not too windy today. The breeze has really picked up out here, so I will close my eyes, we'll get started. I am out in my veggie patch. I thought I'd share that with you guys. I've got my potatoes coming up here, got tomatoes, onions, I've got it all going on. It's so exciting. Spring's such a fun time. As we know, we're all trying to grow a few things and be a bit resourceful now that everything's getting so expensive. So I'll close my eyes about finance. Oh, and before I get started, yes, I just have to confirm and let you guys know that Dictator Dan Andrews, yes, down in Victoria, Melbourne, the city of Melbourne, the most locked down city in the world, yes, won the election yesterday by heaps. Yep, killed it. Isn't that a coincidence? Yes, so we've got another dictating leader in the ranks, which we always knew was going to be the case, didn't we? Oh, Sophie. My dogs, they've always got to be disruptive. All right, I'll close my eyes, we'll get started, and we'll see what's coming up for finances in 2023. Oh no. Gosh, I'm getting that the honeymoon period is over when it comes to finances now. The takeovers begin. We know this is happening. We know they're bringing in the digital passports. We know they're wanting to take everyone down. They're bringing up the interest rates. Everything is happening. So the honeymoon period of easing everybody into this is over. That's been, that carpet, the honeymoon financial carpet has been rolled up and put away on the shelf. We're past all that now. The honeymoon period is over. So the fun has finished. Not that there was any fun in it for us, but these global leaders had to do things subtly so it didn't wake too many people up. But now they're going to hit hard. I keep saying that, but in 2023 they're going to just not muck around anymore. They're going to be ruthless in their rollouts financially. Let's see where else we go with this. God, there's going to be a lot of stopping action, and this could be around the unions. I feel like there's going to be a lot of, well, we know there's going to be more strikes around finance because this is going to be around pay rises. People, there's going to be more job loss, so people are going to have less money because they're not going to have the same positions they had in their like corporate world. There's a lot of stuff going on, and this is why in my 2023 I did part 1 and part 2 just the other day. I'll leave part 2 down here if nobody's watched that yet. There's a lot going on of this chaos and manic kind of energy to do with finances, and this is for everybody, even for us. This could be really starting to affect us into 2023. The only advantage is that we see these things coming, so we kind of have time to prepare for them. Someone out there was asking me about the digital ID and is it coming. I think in Canada they're really pushing that, aren't they? They're really pushing that here in Australia, and we know they've all been passing a lot of bills in the background when they're distracting everybody. They're always passing bills in the background to, you know, help prop up their agendas. Well, that's what I'm getting, that there's been a lot of bills passed in the background, and they're even talking about here, if you don't get on these, this is for small business and like corporate, if you don't get on these digital or set up for the digital ID for your staff and all this kind of thing, there's going to be massive hefty fines, like they're saying up to $1 million. And this is all just hearsay, but as we know, usually things that are hearsay often come into fruition, don't they? So I am getting that the digital IDs are going to really start getting a move on in 2023, which will affect everybody financially because there's going to be a lot of people that won't want to do that. I know, Chris, you and I would battle and fight not to do that, but it's going to be very hard when they're starting to fine people again. Sound familiar? And mandating people, forcing them to have it. It's just the same old scenario, isn't it? It's just the same old scenario. Sorry, my dog's got his bone right at the table, knocking my phone again. Sorry guys, they've got the whole yard, but they've got to be, I'm just going to move it a little bit away from his foot. Okay, let's see where else we go with this. There's going to be lots of collapses. We're going to be seeing lots of things collapsing, like on TV, on the news, mainstream media. Not on our channel, the Braveheart Biker channel. It's not going to be on there. This is going to be on mainstream media. They're going to show a lot of like global collapsing. It's all going to be really catastrophic. They're gonna highlight, oh my God, how bad the economy is, and how it's a big, massive global financial crisis. That's what's going to happen in 2023. That's what they're going to be feeding the people, spoon feeding the people whatever they want to feed them in order to roll out their agenda. So they're going to be wanting to, it's almost like they're wanting to lock people in. They want to lock people in financially. And of course, it's like most things. It's like when you lock your money into something, government uses your money for their own gain. We know how it goes. So I am getting that. They're going to make people like lock things in to, well, we know it is, to their global systems. Hang on a minute. Let me see what I get around this. This isn't superannuation either. This is something different they're setting up. Hang on a minute. It's using the words like a reset analysis. As we know, it's a reset of everything. They're resetting everything. So this is the reset of the whole financial structure globally. This is massive. We don't even know the half of this. This is massive. They've got some ridiculous ideas. We know they're trying to get rid of cash, and they're making it a cashless society, and they're wanting to put everything on cards so they can track and trace. And we know about the credits. Sorry, my dog's still got his foot there. Credit scoring and all this kind of thing. But I am getting there's this that sounds like the word they're going to use, reset analysis. So there's going to be this analysis of the financial systems. That's all they're giving me so far. So maybe I'll touch on this again when we get into 2023 and see where it's heading. But again, I'm getting this, they're showing me just a little bit, they're showing me the subdivisions of the finances. So this is all going to be broken down. And oh yeah, and that's what it's getting back to. I talked about it the other day actually, where you fit in that subdivision of finances. Have you earned your finance? Oh, we know it's the credit scoring. See, this is where it's all heading. This is why they're doing the reset analysis, so they can analyze all your data and everything about you. But that's what I'm getting. It's, do you fit into this category, or do you fit into this category? You know, have you done all the right things? Are you up to date with all your... That means that you're right, you've got the go-ahead, you can travel overseas, you can do these things. So we're definitely getting closer to them gaining control financially, but also we're going to be put into categories financially. And it's not, as we know here, about how much you earn and are you up with these elite people. That's not what this reset analysis is going to be about. It's about, are you doing the right things? Do you have you been pushing misinformation? We know that's going to be a huge one for all us freedom fighters and mavericks. What have you been posting on your Facebook feeds? Things like this, in all different areas. And it's not just about the jab. This is in lots of different areas. They're going to become more strict with their algorithm control and all this sort of thing. And a lot of that is going to stem from finance. So it's called a reset analysis. And this is around the finances. And that'll again be about what you can withdraw from your bank account. My husband was telling me the other day, he talked to a lady who went to withdraw some of her money from a bank, and she wanted cash actually, and it was quite a big sum. It was a large sum. I think it was $10,000 or something. And the bank actually said they didn't have the cash available. She got really mad and she said, I'll be back in an hour. You better get me the cash. And apparently they must have gone somewhere else and organised the cash for her and come back. But it was, of course, a cashless bank. As we know, there seems to be no cash anywhere. So that's already happening here in Australia. So just to let you guys know where we're at. So there's definitely this like real changing up financially into 2023. That's going to be a really big part of their reset in 2023 is the financial structures that breaking down, and the reset analysis apparently. God, It's so complicated, isn't it, guys? All right, let's see what else we get. Well, they're showing all of us peasants and paupers and little people, and they're showing that the government's going to be like maybe dishing us out a couple of coins. Like, we'll be lucky if we get a couple of coins. These would be our bonuses, I would say, if we've earned like a couple of coins. They're not, the government, what they're saying is the government's not going to be giving away much anymore. You know, we know during the pandemic, and I hope it's not too windy, guys, I hope you can hear me. During the pandemic, they had a lot of like cash that they were helping people through their losing their jobs. There was all these government payments and special schemes set up. Well, I feel like these are going to become really obsolete now in 2023. We know a lot of them are stopping, but I do feel like there's not going to be that availability anymore of these kind of schemes moving forward. So, you know, if you are put in that category financially where your things are getting a bit dire, you're going to have to look at other avenues, because I feel like you're not going to get that government support is kind of what I'm getting. There will still be some things in place, but I feel like it's not going to be like when the jab wheel was on. There was a lot of job seeker, job keeper. There was a lot of things like that to help prop businesses up, all an illusion, of course. That's not going to be available anymore. It's like if you don't abide by the rules, especially as we know, to small business and self-employed, they're not loaning money to anymore here in Australia, obviously, and things like this kind of thing, then that's just too bad. That's what we're going to be starting to see next year. The true colours of the government. Oh, getting that Cyndi Lauper song again. True colours. Oh, God. But the true colours of the government will be shown. And not in a positive way. It'll be in a negative way. So that's good. The sleepwalkers will start to see more of that. I'll just see what else we get around finances. God, I'm getting, which is interesting, the collapsing of the like Golden Gate Bridge, and I don't think it's literally collapsing. I hope it's not literally collapsing, but I'm feeling that this area is going to take a huge financial crash. There's going to be a big financial crash in these regions. That could also represent, oh my gosh, it's getting very windy. That could also represent America. Huge economy crash in America, which is going to filter out to a lot of other parts of the world. Huge global crashes around everything. These could even be, you know, around financially the car industries, because they're getting out of control, aren't they? The prices they're charging, fuel's causing problems there. So there could be a lot of crashes in the car industries. And this could also be intentional to get everyone to shift into the, as we know, the electrical vehicles. So there could be a lot of that collapsing, I feel, around financially lending money to people for vehicles or unleaded or diesel vehicles. They're going to stop. Because as we know, part of that credit finance system is that they want to know what you're spending your money on. So if you're going to borrow money, for example, to get a diesel truck or whatever, I feel like they're going to say no. But if you went and got it for an electric car, they're going to say yes. So this is where I feel like a lot of these poor car industries and things are going to really suffer financially. They're going to start collapsing into next year. I'm definitely getting that. There's big financial control coming around lending money and things to what you're buying it, which we know is the credit score, and they've been doing it in China forever. So that's going to be more highlighted, like around that financial car lending, and you know, when you're borrowing money to, for example, when you get through a small business or something like that, you've always been able to get cars through your business and these kind of things. But all this is going to change in 2023. It's big changes in the leasing systems as well, is what I'm saying. Hang on a minute. There's going to be a lot of global outrage about the financial targets. See, all these targets are going to start coming, and this is financially, in 2023. They're going to start setting their targets of being no more cash, everyone being on board digitally, when they want their credit scoring system set up. There's going to be these deadlines. They're going to come out really quickly in 2023 about the financial situation and where they're wanting it to go. It's going to become really clear now what's going on. to the sleepwalkers, not to us, because we already know what's coming, we know what's going on, but the sleepwalkers, they're going to really get a shock because they're going to realise that they're going to be credit scored. See, a lot of them don't realise that yet. They don't have a clue. They think, oh yeah, it's good, we're going cashless, you know, we'll just have our cards, it'll all be easy, blah, blah, blah. You know, and they're moving with the times and they think that's all well and good, but they have no idea that they're about to get put into categories and tracked and traced. So financially, I am getting that's going to come really fast for these sleepwalkers next year. That's why we've got so many of them waking up next year, because their reality is going to hit hard. And the sad part is it's almost too late, isn't it? It almost feels too late. God, when you hear about Dan Andrews getting in down in Victoria, and I'm sure no one voted for him, people are going to have to leave that state because he is an absolute dictator. He's a tyrant, a corrupt dictator, and you know, what can we say? It's just happening globally. I'm laughing at some of these videos of Trudeau being called out about the Emergencies Act and that, guys. It's very funny. Watch a few of those videos, guys, of him just... He's so smug, isn't he? Oh, they drive us crazy, don't they? I'll see if there's anything else for finances for next year. I am getting that the Bitcoin's moving, building momentum. It's more attractive to people. The Bitcoin's got, I think you guys out there, Tim and John, you guys often talk a little bit about that. I'm not a real guru when it comes to these things, but the Bitcoin's got a lot more stability, and I think you guys have also highlighted that to me as well, that the Bitcoin's, I guess it's more, they're saying sort of concrete, but it's more of value to people. So I do feel that Bitcoin is still building in 2023. People are still quite interested in the Bitcoin. And these are all new discoveries for people too, these new financial discoveries that people are still, I guess, learning about too. There's a lot of us that aren't very educated on these things like you guys are, but a lot of people are still learning about these things and they're still interested in that Bitcoin. And it's, I think what the guides are saying is the Bitcoin's kind of got longevity. It's got pretty good longevity and it's pretty stable in the market. If that makes sense. I'll see what else we get today. Gosh, they're showing me the, for some reason financially, they're showing me the Olympic rings. You know how you get, is it the 5 rings and the symbol of the Olympics, but they're in gold. Whoever's having that next Olympics is financially going to put their country under massive pressure. I don't know when the Olympics are or where it's going to be held, but they're showing me gold rings. Like the expense of this is just going to blow out whoever's country is budget. So I'm definitely getting that. And it's almost saying, you know what it's almost saying to me, that this is, the Olympic Games is going to become just an event for the financially elite and the wealthy. The little plebs and the little people aren't going to be allowed to go to these kind of big events soon. So I am getting that because they're not financially going to be able to afford it. It feels like the cost of these things is going to go through the roof. To get tickets to watch a running race or go to the swimming, and that is going to get really expensive. These are also going to become events only for the wealthy as well. So I'm getting these gold Olympic symbols, and that means financially people are going to be pushed out of going to these things. And that would also be about travel, because it's going to become, travel and flying is going to financially just become almost impossible to do unless you're really, really wealthy. That's the way that airlines and the flying is happening, unless you've got a private jet and you're like one of the global WEF leaders and you can just fly wherever you want. But I am getting that these things are going to become just more, this is moving forward. Starting in 2023, we're going to start to see changes around these kind of things as well. These big events are going to become more for the very wealthy. Separating again. Let me see what else there is around finances. They're showing me just this stream of money just all joining together and flowing down now to these global elites. They're all making heaps and heaps of money out of all of this stuff. They really are. They've got just money pouring in now. We know with the Moderna factories, we know they're on track with all their rollouts. They all get kickbacks, they all get payouts for all of this, and that's where all the finances are going, to these global elites, there's money just pouring to them now. They're becoming very, very wealthy off the little people, sadly. And they're so ruthless, they don't even care. It's just so sad, isn't it? But now there's this stream of money just pouring to like Dictator Dan, Jacinda, Trudeau, Macron, Elbow, the whole lot. They all got their money pouring in because they're ticking their boxes on their checklist. We know that they are. They're achieving all their goals. Klaus is very happy with them. He'd be clapping in the background. So that's what financially all the money's heading to these people now, and away from the little peasants and the little people, sadly. I'll see if there's something else to close with today. They're giving me this old song. Oh, it's a ridiculous song. I haven't heard it for years, and it's called I Want Money. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I want some now. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I want more money. Ooh. It's like a robot singing it. I don't know who sings it, guys, but I'm sure you all recognise it. I'll look it up and I'll write it down below in the comments, guys, but it's the most ridiculous song. And it claps. It's like, I need money. I want it now. It's like a robot singing. Well, that's what these leaders are like. They're like robots. I don't think they've even got a heart, have they? Oh, they don't have any empathy for the little people at all. So I am getting that song. It's from the 80s, guys. If anyone knows it, put it in down below. Oh, it's a ridiculous song. I want money. It's all about money. We know it is all about money because that's why they keep coming up financially in this reading. I'll see if there's something to close with today. And they're showing us, this is you guys watching my video, the Braveheart bikers. We've still got our jackets on. Next year we might have to go into our camouflage gear. I did talk about that and stay under the radar, but at the moment we still got our Braveheart biker jackets in there saying oh, I just lost the song, hang on a minute. Oh, we're putting money in our pockets, so we're all stashing our cash at the moment. This is all the freedom fighters, Braveheart bikers, all the mavericks out there, and it's that song, I got my money in my pocket, do-do-do-do-do-do, I got my do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. What is that song? Oh, it's such a good song. And that's the song I'm going to leave you with today. I've got my money in my pocket, I got my bubble on the soul, I don't know this song. Oh, bear with me, guys. No. Oh, I can't think of it. I'm going to have to look it up. But it's this showing me we've got our money in our pocket, do-do-do-do-do-do. If anyone thinks of it, write it down below. Oh, I'm so hopeless at naming bands and things, guys. I'm sorry about that. But we do get to the songs eventually. So we're putting money in our pockets. And that's what the guides are showing me. We're stashing out our Braveheart biker jackets and all our secret pockets, and we're hiding all our cash away. And that's probably the place to be next year for us. We're hiding our cash away from, I would say, government. And that's probably the message that I'm going to leave you with today. Hide your money from government. If you've got heaps in the bank, next year I'd be getting it out and putting it somewhere else. Bury it somewhere, put it in your safes. God, go and spend it. Do whatever you can, because you know, we know where all this is headed. Even I was talking to my husband about our business, and I know some of you out there have probably got businesses, and you do question where all that's heading to if they're bringing in this ID, and you're going to get fines, and oh, it just goes on and on and on, doesn't it, guys? So let's put our money in our pockets. And I wish I knew the rest of the song. I'll figure it out, and I'll get back to you guys in the next video and let you know what it is. But put your money in your pockets, and my bag is take it out of the bank. All right, I'm going to leave you with that today. Have a wonderful day, everybody. They're just some tips for 2023 and how to navigate it. Just hide it in your pockets. Oh, all right, I'll say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Sprocket's still chewing his bone. Sophie's crashed, and I'm doing more mowing today. There's so much mowing with spring. All right, I'll say goodbye from Australia. Take care, everybody, and I'll go and figure out what that song is. If not, you guys figure it out, and I'll come on and let you know what it is. Take care, everybody. Bye.